Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Viewers, multipolarity is a buzzword from expert to the policy experts and the common people. Everybody is talking about it. Global South consider it is a necessity of the time. President Xi Jinping and President Putin, the two leaders of two major powers from the Global South, they have talked about it again and again. But Global North is resisting the idea. They think it is against their hegemony and their hegemonic aspiration. They think if the world would be multipolar, they cannot exploit the Global South. Therefore, they are opposing the idea. Apart from this debate, there are few issues which need more discussions or have been missed in the discussion at many times. For example, there is a possibility the multipolarity can give birth to a rat race, where every country or some country with some power, they consider that country must be the leader of certain pole, or it should create its own pole, or that country claim some ownership, sole ownership of some civilization, that they are the head of that civilization. They can claim, so we can be a pole. For example, India can say that Indus civilization belongs to India, so India must have the authority to go for creating a pole. But India never mentioned that the most historical places of Indus civilizations are located in Pakistan. So therefore, there is also possibility that trees can create conflict, and there can be another phenomena that can be the multi-blocks. So maybe the countries start to pitch the idea against each other. Each pole wants to dominate the whole world, and in this context or this aspiration, they can create the block alliances. So one alliance against another alliance, one block against another block. In this case, there can be conflict and the global peace will be at stake. On the other hand, if we see in the multipolar world, who will take the lead in the provision of the common goods, such as to ensure the security of the sea lines? For example, environment and climate change. The climate change is the biggest challenge right now. Who will take the responsibility to ensure the availability of food, water, electricity, energy, and who will take the responsibility to take care of the education of the kids? In multipolar world, maybe the one pole say, why we should take the responsibility of the whole world? We can take on the responsibility of one pole or the two pole. That will be a major challenge, because right now in the United Nations based system, so someone is here to contribute. If one country is contributing in education, the other country is contributing in the food security. So that will be a major problem in coming days. Who will take the lead in provision of the common good? Fourth, if we look at the globalization, will the globalization stay in the multipolar world? We have already seen the globalization is facing many challenges. For example, the end of history or the clash of civilization theories, they are posing the serious question to the globalization. And the trade war initiated by President Trump and the USA, they have threatened the existence of the globalization. Moreover, which currency will take the place of the US dollar? Right now, there is no other currency. If we are going for this multipolarity without any proper planning, there can be chaos. So on the one side, the globalization would be on the stake. On the other side, we can create a chaos. So the fundamental question is, who will take the responsibility to ensure the global peace and security? Right now, UN Security Council, that is taking care of that problem. So they are taking care of the security. So, but in the multipolar world, who will take the lead in ensuring the security? In this context, President Xi Jinping's vision of the multipolar world can provide us the guidance and can also help us to create a more balanced and a peaceful multipolar world. And for that purpose, President Xi Jinping has taken a very creative, very thorough and very time-oriented policy, not only for this time but for the future also. He has first identified the problem, then came up with ideas how we can solve those problems. Then he talked about how China can contribute. China has launched different global initiatives such as Global Civilization Initiative, Belt and Road Initiative, Global Security Initiative, Global Development Initiative, and a Global Governance Initiative. If you look at these initiatives, they have all the ingredients which can help the world to talk about the economic development, to talk about the peace and security, to talk about the availability of the common goods. So all the elements we are talking about, so this vision can tackle. So President Xi Jinping already have proposed some ideas which can help a world to create a multipolar world, but with the discipline, not in a hip has method, in a hip has way. So that will be a big contribution. But if the world don't go for the discipline or the kind of vision of the President Xi Jinping for the multipolarity, there can be chaos. As I already discussed above, if we go for the new currency, if we abandon this US dollar without creating the new replacement, then which currency will take the lead at the place of the US dollar? That will be a big question and can create chaos because the whole global trade and economic system depends on the dollar. Lastly, in the idea of President Xi Jinping, the UN must be at the center. President Xi Jinping always categorically mentioned that the UN must be at the center of the new world order or the new world system. That's all elements contribute toward a disciplined approach to go for the multipolarity. Because if there is no UN, as I discussed already, so which organization will take the lead for the global issues? No organization. So let's hope we will go for the disciplined multipolarity according to the vision of the President Xi Jinping and enjoy the dividend of the multipolarity, which will be the peace and the prosperity. If we don't go for a disciplined approach, then there will be chaos, which is not in the benefit of anyone. Thank you.